What's happening? This is Aaron, and this is another update on my project here for those of you following along. And let me show you what I've done so far and what's going on with it. This thing started off as a 2010 Crossbones. Obviously it's a little bit different now. Different tank, different pipes, forward controls, apes, whatnot. That's a little homemade sissy bar that I made up here, just so I got some room to put my camping stuff when I go on long trips with this thing. I also took off the 200mm tire that came with this bike because it was just too wide for me. And I went with this 150 wheel and tire off of Dyna, and it just happens to bolt right up with some modifications, and it works pretty well. Well, this winter, while I was putting it back together, the BCM went out, one of the main computers on this bike. It controls the tilt sensor, among other things, so every time I start the bike now, it thinks it's laying on the side in the middle of a ditch somewhere, so the bike wouldn't run. So for $350 plus whatever Harley charges to program it, I can replace it. Or for the same amount of money, I can go carbed, which I wanted to do anyway. So here we have an S&S Super E and an Evo-style intake that hopefully will make this thing run. I don't know, not many people have done this, so we're going to see if it works or not. The 88-inch Twincams came with the carb, but the 96-inch never did, so we'll see how it goes. Stripped out all the wiring, I'll show you over here. This is the whole wiring harness from the bike, including the computers and the modules and the fuses and relays and all that other crap. Took that all out so the bike was completely naked and started from scratch. Here, this is all brand new custom wiring that I'm doing right now. Kind of wiring up like a chopper, just basic fuse panel, starter relay, flasher relay, a couple breakers, and that's basically it. The ignition is going to be a standalone ignition system. So the whole Harley system, including the coils out of the bike right now. It'll be a standalone system with the coil included, and I'll be able to program the ignition curve. And it only needs the crank sensor from the motor to work, so it won't be relying on a whole slew of computers like the Harley was originally. And that's my new sporty tank with petcock, so you can use that for carburetor. Next step, as soon as the ignition comes in, I'm going to wire up the ignition, and hopefully once the ignition is wired up, I'll be able to fire this thing up. Hopefully I get the right jets in the carb and it should be good to go. I'll keep you posted. See ya!